That down. Let's move on to this, shall we? So there's a Harry Potter series coming. For those of you who may not have heard about it, HBO Max is going to be doing a series based on all the original books, except that each book is going to be a full season, promising to cover a lot of stuff that was never actually covered in the movies that were in the books. A lot of us wondered if, is this the right thing to do and all that kind of stuff. And then they announced the showrunners for it and the producers behind it, which were like the showrunners and the producers of some of the best shows on television. And we all went, oh my God, they're taking this real seriously. Like they are going all out for this thing. Well, now, according to a report in Variety, they may have their eyes on the guy who's going to be Professor Snape, and it's an Emmy Award nominated actor. This comes to us from Variety, who says, Harry Potter HBO series eyes Paapa Essiedu. Now, forgive me if I'm mispronouncing it. This is one of those situations where I've read his name a whole bunch of times, but I don't know that I've ever heard anybody say his name. Yeah. Anyway, for Severus Snape role, they write the following. Paapa Essiedu is being eyed for the role of Professor Severus Snape in the upcoming Harry Potter TV series, Variety has confirmed with sources. According to those sources, no deal is currently in place and Essiedu has not formally accepted the role. He is the latest actor to be mentioned for a part in the series. Variety previously reported that, and this casting would be brilliant, that Academy Award winner Mark Rylance was in the running for the role of Hogwarts headmaster Albus Dumbledore.
Oh, wow. We were just talking about him the other day.
Yeah, like he would be chef's kiss. That or Jared Harris, like Richard Harris's son.
I know,
would also
but he doesn't want to do it.
Would have been a great, but yeah, he doesn't want to do it. But Mark Rylance would be brilliant. Anyway, should Essiedu ultimately accept the role, it would mark a return to HBO for the actor. He previously co-starred in the critically acclaimed limited series I May Destroy You, which aired on HBO in the US. He received an Emmy nomination for his Best Supporting Actor in a limited series for his work on the show. Essiedu also is known, this is where most people know him from, is also known for his leading role in the crime drama Gangs of London, which a lot of people loved him in, as well as for shows like Press, The Lazarus Project, and The Miniaturist. He has starred in such films as 2017's Murder on the Orient Express, The Outrun, and Genie. All right. First things first, let's just address the elephant in the room, shall we? He's not white. So that's going to rub some bottom dwellers the wrong way. Whatever. You know, I talked to a friend of ours that you know, who is a serious Harry Potter person. I said, look, the movies don't, but I've never read the book. So I asked this person who's a hardcore Potter, I said, have the books, is there any relevance to Snape's race ever brought up in the books? And he said, no, never has. Like nothing in the books ever has any importance related to the race of the character. He could be white, he could be black, he could be Asian, he could be Pakistani, he could be anything. So like, all right. So I don't care. I really don't care. If the books and the movies never once had any importance at all or any relevance associated to what his ethnic background was, then it shouldn't matter. So this is a situation where it doesn't matter. The main thing to me is always, do you get a good actor? So now with that pushed aside where it should be, listen, I'm going to admit, I was not the biggest fan of Gangs of London. I know a lot of people loved that show. I thought it was all right. I mean, I wasn't as into it as a lot of people, but he was great in it. And he's an Emmy nominated actor. You guys know me. I always say whenever X actor and X role questions come up, I'm always like, I don't really care. All I care about is, are you going out and getting a really talented actor? If he ends up getting this, they got themselves a world-class actor. I mean, that's all I can ask for. As a fan, as somebody who's going to watch a series or watch a movie, all I can ask is that the performers you're putting in there are really high caliber performers. And they went out and if this ends up going through.
Yeah, because it's not confirmed.
Yeah, it's not. It says the report says that he hasn't accepted the role yet, whatever. But if this does go through, man, they got themselves one hell of an actor.
Yeah.
And that ultimately is going to be what determines or go towards helping what determines whether the show ends up being good or not.
Yeah, the thing is like it beyond just like race or whatever. I think a lot of people are like, well, they should just look like a younger version of the Snape from the movie. So a lot of people were throwing around what's his name from House of the Gucci and
Adam
Adam
Driver.
Driver and stuff. Well, it's like,
Listen, hey, Adam Driver would be a great pick for Severus Snape too. Absolutely.
But my point is that you're trying to match the film, but the film wasn't necessarily canon. It didn't necessarily look like what, the book was trying to describe, because his race and actually his age was off, because this series is actually more accurate to the books, where the parents...
Yeah, that's what they're saying. The TV series is going to be more faithful to the books than the movies.
And their age,
right.
Because the parents and Snape were like in their 50s pushing, you know what I mean? Whereas these guys should actually have been in their 30s. They were young parents. So generationally, it's actually more accurate.
I mean, but we'll see. It all depends on how they do it. Again, as somebody who has not read the books, I've just been told that one of the big things about this series that will differ from the movies is that the series will be much more faithful to the books than the movies were, just because, again, the books are hundreds and hundreds of pages, right? You have to cut a lot of stuff out when you're making into the movie. And they did a great job making the movies. But, there are people I know in my life who are hardcore fans of the books, my wife being one of them, who is very excited about the idea of them doing a series and seeing if they can make it even more faithful. Again, we'll see how it turns out, but I think this would be a very interesting choice. The guy's a tremendous actor, tremendous performer. Let's see what he does with it if he ends up being in the role. I got to admit, though, I am more excited about the Mark Rylance casting as Dumbledore. If that goes through, it's not a name I would have thought of off the top of my head, but when you mention it, I'm like, oh my God, that would be amazing.
I think I see Mark Rylance as the early Dumbledore, where he is soft-spoken, and most of the roles I've seen Mark Rylance in, he's soft-spoken. I'm wondering, and I don't doubt his prowess. So what I'm curious about is later on when he becomes more domineering, more forceful. I've never seen Mark Rylance, that side of Mark Rylance. I'd be really excited to see that.
Yeah.
It's
going to be really cool to see. Hey guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Public Rec. Guys, we all know finding pants that both look good and feel good has always been a major challenge. Public Rec's Daymaker pants are here to make sure you stay comfy and classy this season. I absolutely love that they feel like your favorite sweats, but they look like tailored pants. They're super stretchy with an elastic waistband, so you can wear them anywhere. The first thing I noticed when I put these pants on was they go on and feel just like my most comfortable pair of sweats, yet they look so good. Another great thing about these pants is, when you order comfortable pants, you only get to pick from like small, medium, or large and extra large sizes, but with Daymaker pants, you get to select the exact width and length that you need. Public Rec not only has the most comfortable pants made, but they have a huge selection of high quality everyday basics, like this beautiful hoodie I was wearing on the show the other day. So stop suffering in regular pants and give the gift of comfort this holiday season. For a limited time only, our listeners get 20% off when you use the code Campea at checkout. That's 20% off with the code Campea at publicrec.com. And listen, after you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support the John Campea Show and tell them that we sent you. Say goodbye to pants that put up a fight, because when comfort meets style, you've found Public Rec. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this potential casting and the Mark Rylance potential casting so far? We're still a long ways off. They haven't cast the kids yet. That's going to be key. Obviously, we won't know anything about the kids they cast because they're going to be completely newcomers, just like the original Harry Potter cast was. But I got to tell you, I'm not going to say I'm excited for the Harry Potter series, but I'm very intrigued by it. And especially when you look at the list of the showrunners and the producers behind it, who have done, again, Succession, House of the Dragon, like these types of, that's the pedigree of people running the show. It's going to be interesting to see how it turns out. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show Podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.